is a pledge.
This is a pledge.
This is a pledge.
A promise.
To all our fans. To all our fans.
From the city keepers
to our newest fans.
We might be new in town, but our spirit is the same.
For you, Utica.
When we step onto the field, we will fight for every ball.
We will fight for every ball.
we will sweat to the last whistle.
We will play for the shirt.
For the club.
For the club.
For the arena.
For the arena.
For the city.
For the city.
For the city. For you, Utica.
For you, Utica.
Together,
Together.
we can achieve whatever we set our minds to.
We are
Utica City FC.
We are Utica City FC.
Utica City FC.
We came to play. We're Utica City FC, and we came to play.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your Utica City FC. Joining the players on the field today are AYSO Waterville, and now, here is your 2018-2019 Utica City FC team. Number 5, Domenico Vitale. Number 6, Vittorio Petrera. Number 8, Mohamed Kedaway. Number 12, Marcelo Morea. Number 16, Andre Braithwaite. Number 20, Mauricio Salas. Number 23, Logan Roberts. Number 27, Joey Tavaranisi. Number 42, Jake Schindler. Number 44, Liam Callahan. Number 77, Stephen DeRue. Number 85, Lucio Gonzaga. Starting this afternoon for your Utica City FC. In goal, 6'1" wall of steel, number 22, Andrew Coughlin. A 5'10" defender, number 21, Derek Tony. A 6'2" defender, number 2, Ben Raymond. A 5'9" midfielder, number 4, Nate Bordeaux. A 5'10" midfielder, number 99, Slavica Umi Popovic. A 6'3" forward, number 13, the captain, Bo Yelich. Your Utica City FC head coach is Ryan Hall. At this time, we ask you to please stand and remove your hats as we honor our great nation with a performance of the national anthem performed by the John F. Kennedy Middle School Chorus. Ladies and gentlemen, the John F. Kennedy Middle School Chorus.
No better way to get back on track than with a full Adirondack Bank Center. Jack McMullen, Richard Shaw back with you. It's Utica City FC and the Harrisburg Heat doing action. Utica City sits on top of the Eastern Division standings at 6-2. But the last time they were in this building, it was a 7-4 loss to Milwaukee. And Richard, you were here, you saw it. You saw Captain Bo get a little bit angry. What happened in that Milwaukee game that they can right in this Harrisburg game?
Well, I think from the onset of that game, what we saw was Utica not really getting into the rhythm that we've seen in previous weeks. The good news for them is this. After that, they've bounced back, and you need to bounce back after a loss, obviously. So moving forward, they've got a chance now really to get back to the way that we've seen them play on a consistent basis. And if they can find those levels, and they didn't do that against the Wave, they didn't find the optimal level of play that we've seen them week in, week out. But if they find it here today, they'll get the win today. And I have no doubt that they've certainly got a lot left in the tank.
You see the captain, Bo Yelovitz, he's shaking hands with the officials and also meeting the fellow captain for Harrisburg, Danny DePrima. Bo Yelovitz was missing from that fixture against Mississauga yesterday in that Milwaukee game. He got a red card, and a lot of that consistency from Utica and the consistent winning ways have stemmed from the captain. Now he's back in the fixture, but Utica City missing a couple guys. Really, well, you had three probables coming in today. Andre Brathwaite unavailable today, but Mauricio Salas dealing with a bit of a knee problem. Lucio Gonzaga's got a tight hamstring, and Stephen DeRue's got a groin issue. So we'll be interested to see how much action those guys get. But for now, it's the same starting five they've ran with all year at home.
Yeah, and again, you want to stick with how things have been going for you when things are going well. but just to talk a little bit about the Bo Yelovats situation, it's always a tough one, and from a perspective when you're watching a game and you're not really sure what's gone on in terms of the dynamics, whether it's tackles flying in, whether it's things said. Sometimes things are said and you have no idea. So to like judge something just based on the referee throwing someone out of the game for something they've said, it's a bit harsh. But one thing we do know is that he's a competitor. He wants to always work hard, and sometimes that comes with it. And rather than dampen that and try and calm your players down too much and you lose that competitive edge, you want to let them go at it.
Ubi Paripovic plays it up high. Bordeaux smacks it off the boards, but it's back in Harrisburg's possession. Nelson Santana plays it along. He can't find Ty Hall, and it comes back to Slav, who checks out. Bit of a line change going on in the early going. Gonzaga, who scored yesterday against Mississauga, and Joey Tavernisi, yesterday's hero, who hit the brace against Mississauga. That was a 5-4 win. Plays up to Tavernisi. A little bit too hot to handle, and Santana in the heat control. For Harrisburg, they're missing one of their shining stars. Dominic Francis is dealing with a bit of a dead leg after yesterday's 9-4 loss at Baltimore, but they made their way up from Maryland to snowy New York. A little bit cold New York, too. It's like 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. And they're here without one of their key fixtures on the inside, but they're going with the bulk of their starting lineup, too. Nelson Santana, dangerous player. Tavoy Morgan, who had 2 goals yesterday, he's on the field right now.
Yeah, Francis, I spoke with him before the game, and as you say, he took a heavy knock.
Yelovitz plays it back. Gonzaga to the middle. A little bit too hot to handle for Bo. Morgan met Gonzaga going over to meet him. And now Domenico Vitali, who is one of the newcomers to this team, comes off in favor of Mo Kenaway, who is one of the shining stars in the MASL. Not necessarily the numbers to back it up right now, though. He's only got 2 goals and 2 assists in the early going. You see it with spurts with him, though. He can run with the best of them. And now Bo, who does have the numbers to back it up, tosses it back Toby, and now along the near boards. Bo Yelovitz, hot, but it's saved by Matt Perello, who's between the pipes today for Harrisburg.
Yeah, another positive start for Utica, but just going back to Harrisburg, going back to Dominic Francis, certainly going to be something that they will miss, a player that brings a lot to the table.
Tavernisi off glass, Kenaway can't get to it. And now Harrisburg runs along the far side, met by a gang of UCFC defenders. But now back into the neutral zone area, Nelson Santana resets midfield. Francis missing is big for Harrisburg, and this is a team that has been struggling, pretty much anemic on offense. Only 4 goals yesterday. 2 of them came in the first quarter. So the last 45 minutes of action, as that one sailed a little bit high, Coughlin got a paw on it, and it stayed in play. But now Perella comes back out.
Yeah, Coughlin doing really well there, just to get enough on it. It was close to goal. It just needed to be nudged over the crossbar. Unfortunately for Utica, they were able to survive that one.
Ty Hall puts the fancy schmancy on, stops on a dime right past Logan Roberts, and now comes back out. DePrima tries his luck, and that is swatted away by Tavernisi's torso.
Yeah, good block by Tavernisi, closing down well, not only giving so much to this side, as you just said earlier. Tavernisi scoring those all-important goals, game winner against Mississauga. But as you see there, getting his body in and a chance for Utica to get forward.
Bordeaux, the assistant captain, with a chance to run, and he plays it back, Ben Raymond. Raymond not a starter, neither is Tavernisi, but both play integral roles with this UCFC team. You'd almost be shocked if you stood at a distance and you just looked at the score sheet and said, wait, Joey Tavernisi's not a starter for this team? They're deep, and they can run. Vitali plays it in. Yelovitz, that was a shot? Was that a pass? What was that? But now Harrisburg has some tempo.
Yeah, Vitali there looking to try and drive that ball into the corner. But as we see that early chance again.
4 minutes gone in the opening quarter between UCFC and the Harrisburg Heat at the Adirondack Bank Center. The Odd getting Phil, and with some mascots for Captain Bo's Kids Day. More to come a little bit later on that. Liam Callahan deflects. Callahan has made his name known on the goal-scoring sheet. And Slav with a little bit of physicality, but he wins the ball. Callahan, quick touch, Raymond. Now UCFC runs. Tavernisi plays it off the boards. He can't get a good foot on that, but he gets it back. Callahan to the left. Tavernisi with the right. Off right. Raymond wins it back to the middle. Gonzaga, one touch, no good. Now a shot on, and it bounces on and in. Ben Raymond gets it to go. It's 1-0, 5 minutes in.
I was just about to say you could feel a goal coming. Utica having some excellent possession in the final third of the field. And then this ball just falls very kindly to Ben Raymond, who makes no mistake, just from the edge of the box, puts it in the corner. And another excellent start here from Utica.
You pepper Matt Perella from close range. One is bound to go in. Shots a many for UCFC. Perella averages nearly 7 goals against him on average. It's only good for a sub-60 save percentage. So this could be a day that UCFC attacks a lot, attacks early, and it comes to fruition. A bicycle attempt from Hall, no good, and it drops right to Bo Yelovitz. Now Gonzaga goes up with the noggin, can't get to it. Played near Coughlin. Jake Schindler is one of the guys who's back after a brief hiatus. He's playing against Ty Hall. Gonzaga, who had an assist on Raymond's goal, still on, and he's banged along the boards. A little bit slow to get up. Possession awarded UCFC. Daru's dealing with that groin problem. He's getting some early action right now.
Yeah, and he did very well here, putting his body on the line to block that shot, and he did a great job.
Yelovitz swings it across for Slav. They drove to the game together. Friends. Now back for Coughlin. Chips it, Vitali. That was not a good touch from the goalkeeper, Andrew Coughlin. But he's done enough. He has been absolutely sensational in the early part of this season. To tell you all you need to know about Andrew Coughlin, he was an honorable mention for the MASL Team of the Week this week after a loss against Milwaukee. Tavernisi running with tempo. Can he get it to go? It's just right. Kenaway with a quick scoop, and it's off netting.
Yeah, Tavernisi, great movement from him. Playing on the back shoulder of the last defender. Manages to get in behind. And as he goes through, you can see he just tries to place it into the far corner, but just wide of the goal, and Kenaway strikes it over.
Bordeaux off noggin. That fell to Vesco Konov, and Harrisburg sets up 8.5 to play in the first quarter. It's 1-0 UCFC on top. Quick move from Morgan off left of Coughlin's cage, and he picks it up in the air. So nice job from Andrew Coughlin. Logan Roberts swings it to Bordeaux. 8:17 to go into the near corner with Bo Yelovitz. Plays it off for Roberts. Roberts puts the shimmy on. Now Jake Schindler is pursuing a medical degree. He's missed some time in the blue and a little bit lighter blue, but he's back in action now for Ryan Hall's squad. Coughlin not the only one getting MASL honors. Ryan Hall, the MASL Coach of the Month in the month of December. What a month for him. A 5-1 month, 4-0 at home to christen the Adirondack Bank Center of Arena Soccer.
Yeah, things have really started well for Ryan Hall here in Utica, and a credit to him in terms of not only organizing a team to put together that type of record, but the game on Friday night against Mississauga, he really got his players to dig deep to find a victory there.
Gonzaga with a good restart. Now that's Callahan putting it top shelf. What's better than one? I think 2. Utica City 2-0 over Harrisburg, 7.5 to play in the first quarter.
Just before this goal, I was about to say Harrisburg really need to start getting closer in terms of blocking shots, and as we see there, Callahan has lots of space just to strike that ball and drive right through it and put it into the roof of the net. And right now it just seems a little tad too comfortable for Utica. And Harrisburg really going to have to step up and start putting a bit more pressure, because right now it's very difficult, and you can see why they've been conceding a lot of goals.
Utica City at the top of the Eastern Division, Harrisburg the bottom dwellers. Almost reverse records. Harrisburg 1-5, Utica 6-2. The better team is making its name known in the early going. It's 7.5 to play. And here you see a look of Captain Bo's Kids Day. He said something in that Milwaukee game that probably garnered a bar of soap in his mouth or $1 in the swear jar. But now he's back. He knows that he said something he probably shouldn't have said in a kid-conducive environment, and now he's invited 7 of his closest furry friends. We've got mascots here, including the Utica Comets Audie. We've got, Trax, which is the Utica College Pioneers mascot, the Moose. And we've got Otto the Orange for the first time in the Adirondack Bank Center. So Captain Bo, he's hosting kids on the field for a team autograph session. The best handmade sign in here gets a private meet and greet with him. There is a whole bunch of stuff that the captain is doing to make his name friendlier to the Utica community.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be a fun day for all the youngsters here in attendance. But, just going back to the soccer side of things.
Absolutely.
And, in terms of the sending off and obviously saying things to referees that one shouldn't really say, it really is one of those things where do you try and tame a player when you know that tenacity and that mentality is what makes them who they are in terms of their work rate and wanting to win and desire. The question is, when you find a situation like that, of course you can always try and say, hey, listen, just don't say anything to the referees. But you don't want to calm him down too much, because then you lose the good that comes with that.
Listen, that is the captain. That is arguably the best player on this UCFC team. And that's nature of competition. Bar none, that was the biggest game of the year. And it happened in January. It happened on January 6th. And now you've got February, March, April to play, and you know that you may not get a bigger game than Milwaukee. It's understandable that the captain of an unbelievable arena soccer team gets a little heated when they're playing the best team in the league. But Bo is making up for it. He's Utica's own, even if he is from Belgrade, Serbia. Now Jelovic has it in the near corner. You've got to push from the back. But calm Bo is here to play. He's still big bad Bo, though. Who are we kidding? Darren Toby has it midfield, 6:19 to play in the first period, 2-0 UCFC on top of Harrisburg.
Yeah, just here now as Utica are knocking the ball around, especially when they get across the halfway line, the pressure just doesn't seem to be tight enough. And again, it just seems a little comfortable. And then as it opens up, you'll see that direct ball into the corner.
Bo plays it back, Bordeaux to the turf, a whistle and a trip. That'll stay UCFC's ball. That'll happen in the far corner. Richard Shaw, Jack McMullen. Richard, what have you seen from UCFC that has spelled success, that has come to fruition in a 2-0 lead for them?
Well, I think that, they're knocking it around with a bit of pace. The confidence is clearly there. I think we've seen that each game. They know that they're going to have a great support here from the fans, but also in terms of just mixing it up a little bit. In recent games, especially when you look at the games against Baltimore and Milwaukee Wave, they've kind of sit in a little bit more and look to try and play on the counter, whereas in this game today, the first 10 minutes that we've seen in this opening quarter, they've had the majority of the possession. They've seemed to boss the game, and I think due to that lack of pressure from Harrisburg, they've been able to put 2 goals comfortably on the scoreboard.
Up to the boards, Bordeaux's knees went to the turf and his hands went along the boards. 5:15 to play in the first period. Harrisburg has possession, flipping fields horizontally. I think they want to do so vertically. They're down 2. 4 shots on goal for UCFC, just 2 for the Heat. Andrew Coughlin, been one of the shining stars for this club and in the league in its entirety. Pitching a shutout. No shutout yet for UCFC's book so far this season. But there's a first for everything. Very early. Nelson Santana plays it to the near side. Tavoy Morgan turns on a dime, and he's tripped up by Callahan. He got all ball. Swung to Eske along the far side. Puts the moves on. Leaves it back. Can't get to DePrima. Daru intercepts. Gonzaga. Two seasoned veterans make way for the newcomers. A little bit too short for Yelovitz. Roberts there on the corral. Slav got a foot in there, but he couldn't get it.
Yeah, Gonzaga doing well there. Callahan looking to play it into the corner. Nelson Santana for Harrisburg, cutting it out and then starting the attack again on that left-hand side.
Richard, something we've seen from Utica City is that even when the ball is in their attacking third, they're still always with a defensive mentality. It's not necessarily that they're on the defensive, but it's that they're able to win a ball back anywhere they are in terms of field geography.
Yeah, and in getting that instilled into your players early on, I think Coach Ryan Hall has done that. Yeah, as soon as you lose the ball, especially in this game, especially in those areas, it's almost like how many seconds is it going to take you to win the ball back? Get that mentality into your team. So then it's automatic, and then you know you get a massive benefit from that because you will win the ball in areas like this and be able to get shots off pretty quickly.
Slav plays it back. This is much smaller than an outdoor field. So any possession, any time you get a chance with the ball, it spells danger for the other side. So wherever you can win it, all of a sudden you can turn that not necessarily into a fast break, but into an attacking opportunity. And that could be what has propelled Utica City to a 6-2 record and a 4-1 home record in the early going. 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Andrew Coughlin plays it up. Domenico Vitale. And Coughlin plays it far off glass. Tavernisi gets knees on it. Not necessarily the best way to trap it, but swings it along the boards to Raymond. Switches back to the middle. Vitale, and now back to the far with Raymond. Streaking Vitale, met by some heat. A whistle and a verdict coming. Harrisburg ball.
Yeah, good tackle there. You could see it coming in there on the boards. Vitale just trying to go down this left-hand side, got his body in. But then the referee gives the restart. And right now we have to be honest and say, other than one or two sniffs in and around the goal area, the attempt for the bicycle kick, Harrisburg really haven't mounted any serious threat on goal yet.
Ricardo Carvalho falls to the turf. Harrisburg still controls. 2.5 to play in the opening quarter. Carvalho with the left, it's just high. That was definitely deflected. Not by Coughlin. Could have been Domenico Vitale. Raymond with a hard sprint with 2:11 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was the best attempt so far for Harrisburg. Ball came across the face of the goal.
Yet it was squandered quickly.
Yeah, good pressure. Good straight away. As soon as he got half a yard, there was a Utica City player right there to block it. Unfortunately, that keeps them out.
Will Eske along the far side. Back to Patrick Thompson, the big body defender. Off glass and getting over there to retrieve is Julian Escobar. Now back Santana. He doesn't do a lot of moving off the ball, but when he gets the ball, watch out because he knows how to control his feet, number 78 in white.
Yeah, and Santana, who has already had a few excellent strikes from far out this year, he has certainly got to be watched carefully. He'll kind of sit in the back and try and get the players going. As you can see the whole picture from there. And he's the resource that they'll use in terms of starting and rotating the play again. But if he does get half a yard, make no mistake, he'll look to have a long-range attempt.
Daru causes a little bit of chaos along the near corner. And it's UCFC's ball. Under a minute to play in the first quarter now. And Daru on the ball. A little bit of Jason Derulo playing in the Adirondack Bank Center right now. We were talking about a little bit of music before the game. 40 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And UCFC dancing to the tune of a 2-0 lead. 30 seconds to play now. Harrisburg still trying to set something up. Coughlin has faced 3 shots on goal. He hasn't allowed any. Doesn't look like he's going to get one for now, but Tavoy Morgan with a little bit of heat added to Darren Toby. Daru sets it back up with Slav. Coughlin with his feet on the ball with 13 seconds to play. Pushes it up. Tavernisi, and it sails into the sea of people.
Harrisburg now will look to try and create one opportunity with the 10 seconds that they have remaining in this quarter.
Now we're at sub. That hits the ankle of the boards. And now DePrima with a spin with 3 seconds to go. Well, he let one fly. Hall to DePrima, and they didn't see the clock going. It was late. It sailed over the crossbar, and UCFC pitches a shutout and has 2 goals to boot in the first period. It's 2-0 UCFC on top of Harrisburg right now. 15 down, 45 to go. Richard Shaw, what did you like? And a quick follow-up. If you were going to build the perfect arena soccer team, and I said, okay, you can only take one part of Utica City's team, whether it's the offense, whether it's the defense, the goalkeeper, what are you taking to build that perfect part?
Well, I think I'm going to start defensively, and the reason for that is because obviously keeping the other team out always gives you a chance to win games and get a good record. And I think that's what we've seen here at Utica. Coach Hall has got them very organized. He's got them working out of the back. And like we've said in previous games, that counter-attack has worked especially well for them. Whereas as their players learn and start getting into some little, habitual patterns of play, that's when you'll see the goals start coming thick and fast. And I think that's what we've seen here. And even today is a prime example of a Utica team that have come out in this first quarter very confident. They've knocked the ball around. They've certainly had the majority of the possession. We know that Harrisburg, they're missing 1 or 2 players. You talk about Dominic Francis, his composure, his quality that he brings to this side. That's certainly missing. But right now, Harrisburg just are not getting close enough to Utica, and Utica are allowed not only to bring confidence into the game, but continue to build more because of the time they've had in possession.
We got a whole bunch of friends here. 7 mascots made the trip to the Adirondack Bank Center here for Captain Bo's Kids Day. This is all, on a whim, basically. This happened within the week, and now you were able to muster up 7 mascots coming, treating the kids. And this is awesome. I mean, you've got Trax from Utica College. Let's talk about Trax, and let's talk about the name Trax for a second. So Trax is the Pioneer Moose for the Utica College Pioneers. This is just straight off of Wikipedia right now. Following an 8-week Name the Moose contest in 2002, in which the college received hundreds of suggestions, not tens, hundreds of suggestions from community members, faculty, staff, students, parents, alumni, etc., the college has given a name to the mighty yet affable moose in 2002, and it was Trax, T-R-A-X. So he is one of the many mascots in attendance today. This is fun, and this is just kids having fun, being able to see a great arena soccer team play arena soccer. This is a very good environment.
Yeah, and there's multiple facets of consideration when you bring a professional soccer team to the area, and in Utica, where we've seen it already been embraced with open arms by so many people, not only youth soccer communities, but hockey fans, families who just want something to go and enjoy and have some entertainment on a Sunday afternoon, especially in central New York where it's going to be very cold. I mean, other than skiing, your options fairly limited in terms of what you can do. So I think all those ingredients coming together has obviously been very conducive to what the production team and the owners here at Utica have tried to bring to the table. But in regards to the Kid Day, fantastic idea. Turn somewhat of a negative into a very positive thing, because at the end of the day, we can all learn. We're always moving forward. And the kids are going to have a great time, especially with all the mascots here today.
You sound like you're giving me a life lesson right now, Richard. Jack McMullen, Richard Shaw back with us. You always got to turn negatives into positives, and Utica City has a net positive 2 right now. It's 2-0 UCFC on top of the Harrisburg Heat. 30 seconds gone now in the second quarter. Nelson Santana plays it forward to Coughlin. It doesn't get to the goalkeeper wearing yellow for the blue team. Now fight for the ball along the far side, won by Liam Callahan, the Buffalo, New York native. Plays it up, and it sails into the Corona Premier Beer Garden. That'll be Harrisburg ball.
Yeah, Callahan just looking to get across the yellow line to clip it into the corner, but unfortunately for him, it goes out of bounds, and this will be a restart on top of the box. Very dangerous for Utica. They need to stay switched on. Santana certainly capable of smashing this one in.
Santana runs by it. DePrima give. Left-footed strike, no good. And it bounces to Tavoy Morgan. He can't get a good touch on it, and it's back with DePrima, so they reset. We had already seen Utica burn Harrisburg once on the top of the box reset, but now Perella has it. And it looks like that fast break was squandered, but a header from Tavoy Morgan pawed away by Coughlin.
Yeah, great save by Coughlin. Kept his eye on the ball the whole time. Callahan followed in as good defenders do. Worked in and cleared the danger. Fantastic play from him.
Now Schindler gets a noggin on it. Schindler along the near side, the big-bodied defender, fighting for it, and it's won by Santana. He puts the moves on. Tavoy Morgan swings it through. Left-footed strike, and it goes in. Tavoy Morgan calling for help. He got the head on it. He'll be credited with the goal. That spun right past Liam Callahan after he got past Coughlin. But it looks like there could have been a collision between Andrew Coughlin and Tavoy Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan putting his head in where it hurts, that's for sure. And as you see, this ball just pops up. Callahan tries to get a piece. But I think Morgan catches Coughlin's knee as the ball hits the back of the net. Hopefully for him it's not too serious. The doctors are out there now. He seems to be in fairly significant distress.
We got a whole lot of Utica blue in the stands, though, at the Adirondack Bank Center. 13:15 to go. Utica's lead cut in half right now. It's 2-1 with those 13 minutes to go. Talk about a whole bunch of blue. How about those earmuffs? That's a good style.
I think it's a great idea as well, especially how loud it gets in here when good things happen. But as you can see, a good diversity in terms of age group. A lot of young kids coming in, babies in the stands. Right now, though, the focus is on Morgan, and hopefully this isn't too serious. He's not moved much at the moment. And you could see as soon as it happened, Coughlin, great sporting gesture from him. Obviously just giving up a goal, he's not happy, but the focus was on getting the doctors on the field, making sure Morgan was all right.
We may have a winner for best sign in a personal meet and greet with Captain Bo Yelovitz. Added the lights, too? I mean, come on, the only knock on it may be the font choice.
It's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive. You're watching Utica City FC on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. You can also get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and at MASL Arena on Twitter. If you want to get Utica City FC specific news, highlights, mashups, everything in between from the wonderful staff that we have here in Utica, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Utica City FC, on Instagram, all lowercase at Utica City FC, and on Facebook, normal casing, Utica City FC. Jack McMullen, Richard Shaw back with you, still tending to the Heat's Tavoy Morgan, who is the goal scorer and who has made this a one-goal game with 13:15 to play in the first half. Richard, what has Harrisburg done well in the first minute and a half and change out of the break? Because it really wasn't that good of a first half for them.
Yeah, they will be really disappointed with what they displayed in that first quarter. Now, with that said, I think Coach Healy's come out and said, hey, listen, we've got to get to the races here. We've not got on them. You saw one or two challenges early on in this quarter that went in with a lot more tenacity and certainly intent to win the ball, but just getting closer and putting that pressure on has certainly helped them stay in this game, because that third goal, if it went 3-0, it certainly would have been difficult for them, but now they're right back in it, and this is where Utica now have to find another gear to stay a step ahead. But you'll see Harrisburg build off this now and come out. And hopefully for them, again, Morgan will be okay. I mean, I'll be very surprised if he continues, considering how long he's been on the floor. But if he is out the game, it's a big loss for them. We've seen the likes of Hundell and Nelson Santana stepping up and doing some good things in the opening minute and a half, but Morgan certainly will be a big loss if he's down.
Morgan, third on this team in goals. He came in with 5 today. He had 2 yesterday in that 9-4 loss to Baltimore, so he was literally 50% of this team's offensive outflow yesterday. But Morgan back on his feet. He's grasping his forehead, and he's getting walked off by the captain, Danny Taprima, as well as the athletic trainers here at the Adirondack Bank Center. And there's Otto. He made the about 50-mile trip from SU's campus. And, of course, that orange is malleable, so he was able to twirl it around his torso.
I wonder how it is driving with that. That in the way, that big nose.
Well, you got to get your mouth over the steering wheel if you think about that. He is all torso. I wonder how legroom is for him. Jack McMullen, Richard Shaw with you. 13:15 to play. Almost ready to get back going after about a 3-4 minute hiatus to make sure Tavoy Morgan is okay. Morgan situated on the bench with an assistant, but Harrisburg head coach Pat Healy, we were just talking about him. 1-5 this year, 6-16 last year, so 10 games under 500. This club is kind of reeling right now. Utica going in the other direction. They were 8-12 in 2016. In 2017, they were 13-9, so a 4-game sub 500 to a 4-game plus 500 flip. And now in their inaugural year in Utica, well, they're 6-2. So they are trending upwards while Harrisburg may be trending downwards a tick. Utica controls. They're in the neutral zone looking to get into the attack. Domenico Vitale has it far side, met by Ty Hall and some physicality. But switching fields with Slav. Up 4, Tavernisi couldn't get to him. And that's Leo Duarte getting it away. A writhing player on the ground for Harrisburg. And this has been physical in the past couple of minutes.
Yeah, Slav just a little late there, but prior to that you could see what he was trying to do, play that diagonal ball into Tavernisi, who does so well, just trying to always play on the back shoulder of that last defender and get it into them on the far post.
Perella played it right to Vitale. He switched fields, but not too effectively. If you're a goalkeeper and you have the ball in your hands, I'll bring this up as a sec because Utica City has it going. Now it's back into Perella's hands, and this is a very timely time to pick it up. Are you looking to heave it deep and pretty much a 50-50 chance of it ending up with Utica like it just did? Or are you looking to roll it out and see if Harrisburg can run a bit? Kenaway has it, a strike and a goal! That was hot off the foot of Mo Kenaway, and he makes it 3-1 Utica City on top of Harrisburg.
Fantastic finish from Kenaway, who keeps his eye on the ball. He doesn't look to absolutely smash it, but he uses the pace of the ball just to guide it into the corner, and it really was a fantastic strike from him. And you know, you look at the question you just asked in terms of the goalkeeper.
It came back to bite him.
Absolutely, and you know, to answer that, it's obviously dependent on each situation that comes your way. I mean, from a possession perspective, sometimes it's much wiser to roll it to the to the fullbacks or the defenders and let them build it up. But when there's someone isolated, and even if it's one-on-one, and you can get him going forward quickly, I think as a goalkeeper that's your first look, especially in this type of soccer format. Can you hit the target? Can you get them going? And then let players come and follow underneath. If that's not on, then look to play from the back. But you know, I think to answer your question, you got to mix it up and play it accordingly, and then obviously look at the clientele that's on the field. Who is the player that can hold it up there? Can you give it to them early? And then again, can you look to utilize skillful players in terms of working the ball up from the back?
Right, I think the question would be, is it winnable? And Ricardo Carvalho, he's a big-bodied guy in there for Harrisburg. It feels like he could big-body that. And do you think that with the bigger statured attackers, that's when you play it forward? And when you have a quicker team on and know that they can get past them in terms of passing in the ground game, is that when you roll it out?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, first and foremost, if the goalkeeper's throwing the ball and he's looking to find the corner off the boards, that's when your bigger stature is vitally important, because they can kind of pin the defender behind them and get hold of it and bring players into the game.
Carvalho along the near side, played out for Duarte. Looked like he could have stripped about 20 yards out.
And then conversely, when you have players that have the pace, can you play it into the space so they can run onto it? as they're getting away from the last defender. So again, it's mixing it up, and I think that also keeps your opposition on their toes. I mean, if you keep doing the same thing, obviously you're going to become very predictable in your play. You got to mix it up, and you got to play the range of attacks, if you like.
DePrima finds Twine. Danny DePrima, the captain. Just about 5 minutes ago, he was helping escort Tavoy Morgan off the pitch. Now, Danny DePrima has made this a one-goal game. 3-2 UCFC on top of Harrisburg.
Yeah, with that much space and being so close to goal, he was always going to find the back of the net, one feels. But I tell you what, he hit it well and got a lot of power behind it. And there was absolutely no chance for Andrew Coughlin to do anything about it.
9:46 to play in the first half. 3-2 UCFC on top of Harrisburg. We had a feeling that we would see a UCFC lead, possibly a bit larger than this.
Yeah, credit to Harrisburg for keeping themselves within range, especially after that first quarter that didn't go too well for them.
Bo Yelovitz pushes Nelson Santana to the turf. He's not happy. And that's going to be Harrisburg ball.
Maybe the bar of soap worked.
Up to Vitale. He heads it right into the Harrisburg bench. 9:16 to play. It'll be Heat possession. Patrick Thompson going to get it in on the restart. And he switches fields to Santana, who is that playmaker. Airborne. Karam's away from Coughlin's cage. And that gets into the midst.
Yeah, Hall working hard in the corner for Harrisburg. He's certainly a handful.
Off glass, Coughlin can't get a handle on it. And a nice leg save by Andrew Coughlin. If you can't use your hands, use any other extremity.
I tell you what, Coughlin has done tremendously well there. That ball was spinning, it was difficult to deal with. And at point blank range, he was able to get his left leg on the end of it, but they're in trouble here.
Callahan too hard a run. Harrisburg has numbers. Coughlin got a foot on it. He gets a torso on it. And Vitale has it at his feet. Playing along the boards, using them. This is the difference between indoor and outdoor. He can actually play it against a hard surface that goes up vertically, almost like a shield for the ball. A push and a Utica City possession awarded.
Yeah, Vitale doing exceptionally well in the corner, keeping his composure, using his strength to keep hold of the ball, turning one way, turning the other, trying to keep possession.
That's understanding of the arena game.
Yeah, I think that when you've got players that can do that, it's very valuable. Just showing the need to keep possession.
Under 8 to go in the first half now, 7:52 to be exact. Played high. Patrick Thompson looking to get away from Matt Perella and Harrisburg's goal. And he plays it forward. Carvalho up there, Coughlin to retrieve. He has it in the hands, and he'll roll it to Mo Kenaway. One of the goal scorers today. Chip up Kenaway. It was a nice touch from him. He gets past Thompson, and look at Mo go. He can't get it, and that bounces off board. Now the other shining star, this time for Harrisburg, Ricardo Carvalho. Carvalho a share of the team lead in goals with 6. He's the team's leading point getter with 10. Chest trap by Duarte. He's running with the right. He was looking to strike from deep, but instead plays it back.
Yeah, Duarte always looks for that half a yard to get his shot in. But as you say, that movement is key, especially when you're looking at players building up from the back like Santana is here.
Santana up to Ty Hall. Hall running, right-footed strike off board. Can't get it to Karam the way he wants. And Ben Raymond with the intercept. Play up Tavernisi, Mo Kenaway, back to Toby on the near side. Toby with 6.5 to go. Middle of the field, Raymond. Met by Hall. And Toby can't find a running Bordeaux. Off board, a chest trap that pushed the boards open. Not happy with the lack of card is Pat Healy, the head coach for Harrisburg.
Yeah, Pat Healy was right there. He certainly had a good look at it. From up here, it just looked like two players colliding. Nate Bordeaux, one imagines, doesn't want to run into guys that are 200 pounds plus, especially the way he likes to play. But as you say, Coach Healy, unhappy with the call, looking for a little bit more.
He got to the middle of the bench because he knows that if he said a little bit more, he may be getting the Bo Yelovitz treatment from January 6th game against Milwaukee. Nelson Santana, Bordeaux with a nice play. Can they run a little bit? It's at Bo's feet. It was a wonderful defensive play from Nate Bordeaux. Can they turn that into offense right now? Utica City leads by 1 with 5.5 to play in the first half. Daru getting a lot of playing time even though he's dealing with a groin problem. And Ubi Paripovic up to Schindler. Big-bodied guy who can run a little bit. Schindler hard. It deflects off Perella. He wins it back. Daru middle of the field. He can't get it to go from the air. Daru has it though middle. And Bordeaux sets back up with Ubi Paripovic. Slav is an attacker who can set up in the middle of the field and be that Nelson Santana type playmaker for Utica City.
Yeah, Slav's done incredibly well for Utica this season in regards to creating opportunities for his teammates. But the one thing that is always dangerous for the other team is giving him enough space, because we know Ubi Paripovic will always find those open shots and take them, and with the strike that he has, the ability to just find corners, has found him on the score sheet several times this season.
He's got 9 as a total tally. That leads Utica City. Only Joey Tavernisi is close. He's got 8. Bo Yelovitz third with 6. 4:20 to play in the half. 3-2 UCFC on top of the Heat. Andrew Coughlin plays it along to the far side with Steven Daru. The MLS alum up to Joey Tavernisi. And now back into the neutral zone. Daru jogs it back. Meller applying a little bit of pressure. Neither of which sprinted to the ball. But Meller just looked like he had a little bit more juice in those legs. Halftime coming. Under 4 minutes. Logan Roberts sprints and swings it along. That was a nice shoulder stop from Perella, and they evade danger for a second.
Yeah, great work from Roberts on this right-hand side to drive forward. You can see it certainly opened up as he looked to ricochet across goal. Harrisburg seemed to have stepped up a little bit in terms of blocking shots and making sure pressure's on the ball as Roberts holds on to it and allows other players to come into the game.
Toby met by Meller. A body bump with 3:10 to go. And now a wide open Logan Roberts. Can he do something? He can't get it past Santana. Not only is he good at setting it up as it sails into the beer garden, but Nelson Santana is very good at what he does and why he gets a D next to his name.
Absolutely, and here now for Utica, restart on top of the box. Yes, it's going to be a great opportunity with just 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Gonzaga was the catalyst, and now he tries his luck, hits off the ankle of Meller, and now running hard is Will Eske. The fast break, the shot left, wide, and now it caroms off the netting. What a stop by Andrew Coughlin. It's just his presence. He didn't even get it near the goal, did Will Eske, but Andrew Coughlin, one of the best goalies in the MASL in the early going this year. He's a mental problem to deal with for other teams.
If ever there was a fantastic opportunity just before half-time to get back on level terms, that was it there, as Utica was looking to try and create something from the restart.
Now Bordeaux can run. He lost it, maybe too hard a touch against the boards. Bordeaux to the turf, a whistle, and possession awarded to Utica City. That was a big-time push from Danny DePrima.
Yeah, Bordeaux in the corner doing very well. Clearly a foul. Another opportunity for Utica to try and carve out an opening, but again, as we saw in the previous one. You've got to stay switched on defensively.
Ubi Paripovic just up left. Can't get it to go. Bordeaux runs it back with 2.5 to play in the first half. Jake Schindler swings it across. And now Callahan up forward. Carvalho slows it down. Pass across field. A dance, a shot off Coughlin's hands, off glass, and gets it back. Ubi Paripovic up to Yelovitz. Under 2 minutes to go now. Ben Raymond has it at his feet at midfield. Richard Shaw going to talk to Lucio Gonzaga as we hit halftime. Mo Canaway to Richard Shaw's interview. And up to Bo. That was off his right shoulder. Raymond traps again, but it's picked up that time by Villela. And now he makes a nice turn on the ball. He's at the logo, swings it back. Leo Duarte has it with $1:15 to go in the first half. 3-2 Utica City FC on top of Harrisburg. Harrisburg losers of 4 in a row. Mo Kenaway to Yelovitz on the far side. Can't get it off board. He tried to find an open Kenaway, couldn't do it. Utica City back on track with a theatrical win over Mississauga on the road yesterday. Off boards to Captain Bo. 42 seconds to play now. Mo Kenaway, one of the bright young stars this league has to offer. Too hard to touch, too many touches. Stopped by Nelson Santana, a seasoned veteran who knows how to deal with even the brightest of stars. Under 30 to play now. And it's Meller. Back to Santana. They may let this clock run out and be complacent with a 1-goal deficit heading into halftime. It would make sense. Utica City on top of the Eastern Division. Harrisburg at the very bottom. But Will Eske maybe looking to equalize. He's along the near side. And he gets it back following a deflection from Bordeaux. Swung around, 5 on the clock now. Thompson, 3 on the clock. Can't get it to go. And that'll rattle off boards as the buzzer sounds. We hit halftime. Utica City with a 1-goal advantage. It's 3-2. UCFC on top of Harrisburg. We'll see in 15 minutes. But first, Richard Shaw is going to talk to Lucio Gonzaga.
And that's the half. Right now, the Harrisburg Heat is trailing your Utica City FC 2-3. At this time, we're going to kick it down to the field with Richard Shaw for the halftime interview.
Thank you, guys. Joining me now is Lucio Gonzaga. Lucio, just tell me from your perspective in the first half, how good was it to start the way you did?
We came out with a lot of energy. We know that they played the night before, so we want to take advantage at the beginning. So we got the 2 goals the way we wanted. So now we just keep the intensity into the rest of the game.
Looking into the second half, what do you think Coach Hall is going to emphasize that you guys do to the best of your ability?
I think he's going to probably talk about, how many unforced errors that we had, just giving the ball away. So we need to keep the ball, keep moving, and, put the balls in the back of the net.
Thanks very much, Lucio. Good luck for the second half.
Thank you to Richard and Lucio. Before we let you go, outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. Now time for the halftime. We'll see you in about 15 minutes for the second half between UCFC and Harrisburg. City leads 3-2. Talk to you then.
Soccer.
About to play.
What's your favorite thing about playing soccer?
To play or to score?
To play and score. Now, Leah, what's your favorite thing about coming here and watching Utica City FC play at the Adirondack Bank Center?
Watching them win.
Watching them win, that is a great answer. And Rylan, what is your favorite thing about the sport of soccer?
Running around.
Running around and scoring?
Yeah.
You like scoring goals. And Kylie, who is your favorite player for Utica City FC?
Joey.
Joey Tavernese, a great pick. Thanks, guys, and good luck. Go ahead, guys. Now, fans, please help me welcoming the Davidson halftime game for today's Utica City FC match. Today, we have two teams from AYSO Waterville, so please join me in welcoming these guys to the field. Good luck, guys.
I dare you.
Lego. 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 Lego.
Feel how the planets become one. It's like a drum to this and rhythm. Hear the whistle, kick the ball. The entire world soars like an eagle, and we all we play like we dance. Only today, there's no tomorrow. We fall behind in this place. There's no space for fear or sorrow. Is it true that you want it? Then act like you mean it. With everyone watching, it's truth or dare. Can you feel it?
Lego. Lego.
You have arrived, it's the place. No more doubts, the time is coming. You'll how the planets become one like a drum. Destiny's calling. German, Colombian, Spanish, and French. Off the bench, you gotta own it. Down here we play like we dance. It's Brazil, and now you know it. Is it true that you want it? Then act like you mean it. With everyone watching, it's truth or dare. Can you feel it? I dare you. Is it true that you want it? Then act like you mean it. The whole world is watching. It's truth or dare. Can you feel it? Feel it, feel it, feel I dare you.
Lego. Lego.
Fans, if you look up on the big boards right now, you will see today's fan shoutouts. Want to enjoy all of Utica City FC action European style from field level? The Corona Premier Beer Garden is the only place at the Adirondack Bank Center to watch the game from field level, right up against the board. For just $25 a ticket, you receive access to the beer garden and Irish pub, as well as all-you-can-eat authentic German food. lucky, don't forget to take your shot at the 50-50 drawing benefiting the Save the Day Foundation. Winner receives half the pot while the other half goes directly to charity. Buy your tickets along the concourse or from any of the ticket sellers are wearing the neon green shirts. Winner will be announced in the fourth quarter. Fans, while you're getting social today, text a picture to #UCFCV. You might see yourself on Utica City FC's website and social media up on the video boards. Fans, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Give us a like on Facebook to stay updated on all Utica City FC news and events. Are you a group interested in a Sunday fun day? Utica City FC welcomes all groups, birthday parties, school groups, local businesses, family reunions, sports teams, and more to the Adirondack Big Center this winter for their inaugural season. We offer dynamic pricing for groups in addition to various group amenities. Call or visit Mike's office today for more information. In search of Super Bowl plans, look no further than the 72 Tavern. It is the only place to watch the Super Bowl. Space is limited. Call now to reserve your seats. 72 Tavern serving you the Super Bowl, serving you sports. Come and visit the official Utica City FC team store. We have jerseys and soccer balls and plenty of accessories to outfit you, your friends, and family this winter. Head over to the team store behind section 203 for your official team gear now.
Empire Recycling Corporation. Over 100 years of responsible metal and paper recycling. Our top priority is to remain committed to the environment, our community, and to our great team of employees. 5 generations strong, a leader in the recycling industry. We've grown from recycling rags to an empire of 9 divisions across New York State, and we're proud to have our home right here in Utica. Empire Recycling Corporation and the Empire family of companies.
You've heard all about Davidson & Rome's massive selection and giant savings, but do you know the #1 reason you should give Davidson a try? The folks that work there.
At Davidson, we believe you deserve a friendly, hassle-free car buying experience. So we built one for you. Give us the opportunity to prove it. No, the discounts aren't bad either.
Yeah, like new Silverados up to $10,700 off MSRP.
Try something new when you shop at Davidson of Rome. Nice people to do business with.
This is Dr. Todd Battaglia, fellowship-trained member of the sports medicine team at Syracuse Orthopedic Specialists. I have access to 27 partners who are dedicated to sports medicine, work-related, and recreational injuries. That's the power of SOS. 28 physicians committed to helping you heal and getting you back to your regular activities as quickly as possible. Find out what SOS Sports Medicine can do for you. See SOSbones.com today or call 251-3100. That's 251-3100.
Are you searching for convenient, maintenance-free living in Utica? Look no further than Deerfield Place. We offer a wide selection of brand new apartments featuring your own attached garage, centrally located near beautiful walking paths, shopping centers, and entertainment. Plus a state-of-the-art clubhouse with a heated outdoor pool, 24-hour fitness center, and more. All in a pet-friendly community with on-site management and 24-hour maintenance services. Call 315-235-3163 or visit DeerfieldPlaceUtica.com today for an appointment to see for yourself. Deerfield Place, there's no place like it.
Get into it, get started, get started, get started, get started. Let's get it started, let's get it started in here. Let's get it started, let's get it started in here. Let's get it started, let's get it started in here. Let's get it started, let's get it started in here. Come on, let's get it started.
Utica City FC would like to thank Mitre USA for providing today's match balls. Mitre, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Mitre is a proud partner of the Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. Jack McMullen and Richard Shaw back with you. Utica City has a lead. It's 3-2 over Harrisburg right now. We're about 45 seconds from the final 30 minutes of this one. Richard, you know, we've talked about this, and we talked about this off air at halftime. The ball has just been in Utica City's attacking area, yet the shots on goal, they favor Harrisburg. Utica City only has a 1-goal lead. It feels like Utica City is just controlling the entire time. Can't necessarily push it on goal, versus Harrisburg on the other side. They're just ripping quick shots Andrew Coughlin's way, and one of the premier goalkeepers in the MASL is taking care of business, except for 2 brief, trip-ups.
Yeah, well, you look at the nature of that first half. Again, Utica, I mean, how many times have we said this? Starting well here at home at the Adirondack Bank Centre. Started so well. Now, again, because of the nature of the sport, you've got timeouts, you've got time to really grab hold of your players and talk to them. It was only very natural, I think, that Coach Pat Healy got into his players and said, look, we need to wake up because we've not started well at all. Yes, they played a game before yesterday, and that can somewhat have an effect detrimentally on your legs. But at the end of the day, we're talking about things not to do with physical fitness. We're talking about sharpness in the thinking, getting closer, tighter to players. And then as soon as Harrisburg started to do that, they were back in the game. So with that said, the scoreline, although Utica have had the majority of possession, it doesn't surprise me we're here at 3-2 as we start this second half.
The natural progression of home field advantage works in inverse ways for the home team and the road team. For the home team, it's almost like a suspension bridge where you start very high and you've got a lot of energy from the get-go. Quarters 2 and 3, it seems to lag a little bit, and you've got the second and third quarter ho-hum action of the Adirondack Bank Center and really of a home arena in general. But then in the fourth quarter, when it's really crunch time, it picks up. For the road team, when you get that road win, it's because you turn that suspension bridge into a hill for you. In quarters 2 and 3, you dominate. Utica City took a 2-0 lead into the end of the first quarter. And then after that, it was a 2-1 Harrisburg tilt in the second quarter. Now, this third quarter, could that be the winner for Harrisburg or the final decisive action for Utica City?
Yeah, I think it's a great perspective. And, just speaking with Lucio Gonzaga at halftime, and to be honest, everyone that I've spoken to during the break and asking about the second half, I think the message is always like, well, can we find the energy we found in the first quarter? And if we actually studied the performances of this Utica side at home, I think it would certainly demonstrate that the first quarter and the fourth quarter have been probably their most productive quarters in terms of energy and getting at the other team. Regardless of when the goals have been scored, we just seem to find that they're the energetic quarters in terms of what they're bringing out here at the Adirondack Bank Centre. But credit to Harrisburg, they're working hard and they'll continue looking to try and get on level terms here early on.
Yelovitz brought to the turf. Daru has it at the top of the box, can't get it through. Gonzaga there on a jog and a recollect. Just fine. We've got 2 minutes gone in the third period, 13 minutes to go in it. 3-2. UCFC leads Harrisburg. Andrew Coughlin back all the way out towards midfield, and now he'll get back with some danger spelling on. That one time was in the form of Vesko Konov. But Ubi Paripovic has it reset now. 12:45 to go. Darren Toby, the man back at midfield, possibly setting something up if Ubi Paripovic couldn't get it done.
Yeah, we talked in the first half about Coughlin and his decision-making in terms of when to play a little more direct, when to keep things simple and just play it to the likes of Ubi Paripovic and Darren Toby. And you saw there as the Utica players were interchanging, Coughlin was looking to potentially play that ball, but as soon as he knew there would be no threat, he decided to keep it and keep it short.
Well, that one pinballed in between Daniel Valella's legs. And I got back to Andrew Coughlin after Logan Roberts gave it a quick boot. Now up Tavernisi off boards. He's got it along the far side. He's met by 2 defenders, one of them Nelson Santana, who wins it, pushes off Tavernisi, and Tavernisi traps him. They both tumble to the turf. No whistle blown. Schindler has it, and back to Slav and Andrew Kaufman.
Great work from Schindler there, getting back behind the ball.
Andrew Kaufman is so calm with the ball at his feet. It almost feels like he could be a third defender.
Yeah, he's certainly done a great job this season so far. From every time I've seen him play, that distribution absolutely pivotal to good performances.
Gonzaga top, back to Raymond. They reset, 11:15 to go in the third quarter. Callahan and Raymond play hot potato. Raymond to the freshly entered Domenico Vitale. Plays it along the near side to Yelovitz. Backing down Santana, rolling it along his right foot. Now over to Gonzaga, swinging it crossfield, Callahan. Back to Andrew Kaufman. Staving off pressure from Harrisburg. This is pure ball domination from Utica City FC right now. Will patience prove to be a virtue? Yelovitz spins it across to the middle of the field. Daru pulls it back with the left. Will he let it go? He does! Right off of Perella's hands, but he corrals. Wonderful save from Matt Perella.
Yeah, credit to Perella there, keeping that one out. Daru did a great job in terms of just pulling it back here, finding the half yard and striking it on goal. But again, as you said, good play from Utica in terms of possession, but meaningful possession, always looking to threaten the goal, knocking it about with pace, with confidence. And as they continue to do that, it wouldn't surprise me if they extend their lead here.
A structured attack. Kenaway shoots it right. It's off board, a whistle, and a restart coming. That'll be in the near corner with 9:57 to go in the third period. No, check that. They'll put that at the top of the box.
Yeah, so defensively they cleared it from inside their own defensive third, and it went clean out within that area. So yeah, they'll get the restart on the top of the box, and Gonzaga will look to just lay it off.
Gonzaga, Bordeaux, Tavernisi, Bordeaux, no, Tavernisi off glass. Ubipari Povic hard with the head, and it sails up into the netting, and Harrisburg possession. They were peppering the cage.
Yeah, very well worked restart there, which had 2, 3, and then even 4 passes, looking to create the diversion and then stick it in the back of the net. But good pressure from Utica. Harrisburg trying to just keep it out right now.
Ubipari Povic patiently waiting for it in the near corner. 9:49 to play in the third period. Utica City with a 1-goal lead. Gonzaga hard with the right off glass, no good. Can he sprint it down? He's met by Patrick Thompson, but he gets it back to Kaufman. 9.5 to play in the third period. Hard defense from Harrisburg. They've gotten confidence.
Yeah, Harrisburg got some excellent players, and when they put it all together, they're certainly a threat and very dangerous. I think that's what they've looked to try and do.
Schindler puts the brakes on. That was nifty and got some oohs and ahs from the Utica faithful.
And that's the thing, you look at Harrisburg's record this season, it doesn't really tell you the true tale because of the quality they have. Like I said, when they get everyone firing on all cylinders, they're certainly capable of troubling any team in this league.
Harrisburg 1-5. They're losers of 4 in a row. Yesterday a 9-4 loss to Baltimore. It's a very good Baltimore team. Played into the middle. Can Slav win it back? He does. I mean, William Venzela is probably the best goalkeeper in the MASL, and that's a Baltimore goalie who is not going to allow many goals. Yes, Harrisburg only scored 4, 2 of which coming from Tavoy Morgan, who is more than likely out for the remainder of this game after hurting his head in the first half. But this team can attack. You see it now. They can also defend. And Matt Perella is pretty good between the pipes as well. Back out Vitale. He'll reset with 8.5 to play in the third period. Mo Kenaway, one of the goal scorers today, takes it in, shoots it at the ankles of Perella, and he gets left fist on it and gets it back. He's going to swing it way deep. We saw this cause problems for them, and Raymond got head on it, stays. Harrisburg ball to Prima. Now Yelovitz fights for it. Back to Kenaway. We talk about confidence for Harrisburg. There's a sense of tranquility with Utica City, too. Yelovitz is able to be calm. Kenaway able to be calm. Just 21 years old. Nate Bordeaux, another guy who is as cool as a cucumber with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, certainly they've got the skill required in this league to be successful.
Santana with the left, blocked away by Slav.
But it's that right there that's the difference in terms of you can have as much skill and as much flair and the ability to put the ball in the back of the net as you possibly can. But if you're not willing to put tackles in, get your body on the line, block shots, and that's the balance that we've seen with this Utica side. And
Patrick Thompson with a nice run. Off the boards, high out of play. What were you saying?
And there's no doubt that's why they've had success. The correlation between good play, defensive play, attacking play is all there to be seen, and now they will continue to try and keep this good start up and running in the second half with just over 7 minutes in the third quarter.
7:18 to play in the third period now. We've got a bit of a stoppage right now. Ryan Hall going to talk to his UCFC team, as is Pat Healy. He's got his hands right on his eyes, on the bridge of his nose. He's not happy with Harrisburg. I'm not sure why. They're only down 1 to the team that's leading the Eastern Division. We've got the UCFC chant going on here in the Adirondack Bank Center. The MASL and MITRE share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. MITRE's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. MITRE's Astro Division is designed specifically to play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate ball flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. Utica City FC is playing rather efficiently as well with that Astro Division ball right now. What have they done? And we talk about them being calm and tranquil. Time doesn't speed up. Heart rates do. And a game can get fast on you. What have they done to alleviate that pressure?
Well, I think when you look at what both teams have brought here today, first and foremost, I think Harrisburg got off to a shakier start defensively. They found a way through. They found an extra gear in that department, which I think is what's limited Utica to the goals they've scored. Because when it first started, I mean, let's be honest, after the second goal went in, I kind of felt that it was going to be one of those days where you'd see Utica maybe go on and score 7 or 8 goals, to be quite honest. But as Harrisburg found a way to get tighter and put the pressure on, they've limited the chances. Yes, there's been 1 or 2 other looks at goal, but while they're patient and sitting in, they've always got that threat of bursting forward, especially when you look at what Santana's trying to do in terms of his distribution, getting the ball forward quickly. And Hundelt has been someone who's been impressive as well.
Hundelt acquired via trade with Orlando earlier this year. That was right before the new year. Thiago Freitas went to the Seawolves in exchange for Dylan Hundelt. Hundelt has come, gotten a goal and an assist to his name. Hundelt crosses half field. Callahan gets it back after the Daru win. Now Daru sprinting. He's got no one in sight. Carvalho gave up. Now it's Santana and Hundelt, and the newly acquired Dylan Hundelt makes a nice play.
Yeah, great tackle from him. Stayed with Daru all the way. Daru just trying to drive down. Gonzaga had made a run on this left-hand side, but he didn't look to find him. He chose to try and get in the corner and work it inside.
Thompson up to a streaking Esque, brings it to the middle of the field. Patrick Thompson has some fire in that right foot. He doesn't use it. Esque back to Duarte. Yelovitz, who is a defender in an offensive garb, has the ability to win it back. Bo back to Slavica Ubiparipovic. The 5 on the field right now for UCFC minus Coughlin, Vitali, Tavernisi, Roberts, Kenaway, Ubiparipovic. Slav turns on a dime, number 99 in blue, looking to the far side. Roberts back to Coughlin with 5.5 to play in the third period. A 1-goal advantage for Utica City FC on top of Harrisburg. This is one of those calm attacks that looks like it could come to a boiling point.
Yeah, and right now I think Coach Hall will be happy with what he is seeing from his team in terms of composure and keeping possession. But make no doubt, he will be looking for them to extend the lead. He knows that 1 goal difference in this game is nothing. He'll certainly know that from the other end of it against Mississauga when they were a goal down with 47 seconds to play.
Roberts tripped up. It looked like his knee hit hard on the turf. He's grasping at it. Coughlin over to check it out, and a blue card. This is our first power play of the game. Utica City going to have 2 minutes to set up in their attacking area and try and double this lead.
Yeah, he came in late. I don't think there was any serious intent there to hurt anyone. It was just the way he got clipped in terms of the timing, but Logan Roberts is on his feet. He looks fine. He's a strong lad and very brave, so I'm sure he'll just get on with it. But yes, absolutely first power play of the game, and if anything, not only is that an opportunity for Utica, but it also kind of tells you the nature of what we've seen here today. There's not been any bad tackles, no one's been going flying in, and a credit to both teams for working hard and obviously resisting that temptation.
Ubi Paripovic right through. That was hard, it was strong, and it only took 11 seconds. 4-2 UCFC on top of Harrisburg.
Yes, an absolute vital goal here for Utica. And it was like a laser into the corner from Ubi Paripovic, who we'd spoken about in the first half. We talked about his ability to do that. But I think with the player down, Harrisburg just give him a little bit too much room. Although he squeezed it in, it wasn't a gaping spot with any stretch of the imagination, but he managed to maneuver it past the goalkeeper and to give Utica a very important 2-goal lead here at home.
Richard Shaw, when it's that hard, I don't think it matters where it goes. I'm not going to get in the way of that. I don't know if anybody in the MASL is going to get in the way of that. Slavisaw Ubi Paripovic, the first Utica City FC player this season with double-digit goals. He's got 10, and now it's 4-2 UCFC on top of Harrisburg. 4 minutes to play in the third period. That ends, well, the penalty kill or the penalty alive for Harrisburg. They were beat 11 seconds into that. That was not a great effort from the Heat.
Yeah, but it was a great effort from Utica's perspective, because when you get a power play, you always want to try and score early, because then you start wondering, are we gonna take this opportunity that we have? And maybe a little bit of doubt sometimes creeps in. But to score that early, it certainly is a massive positive and a plus for Coach Ryan Hall's players here.
Well, you gave us a life lesson in the first half. You said take negatives and turn them into positives. I think you just gave us another life lesson. Don't let what-ifs creep in. Or don't give what-ifs time to creep in, really. That one grazes off the top of the glass and makes its way out of play. It'll be Utica City's ball.
Yeah, I think now Harrisburg will, again, look to try and find the gear that got them back into this game. But Coach Hall, he'll know again that they've got to keep pushing forward. We saw them have a 2-goal lead early on. They've got one now. They just need to push on.
Tavernese down to the turf. He gets back up. No whistle blown. Ubi Paripovic swings it far side to near. Vitale back to Ubi. Into the middle, Kenaway. 2:44 to play in the third period. Raymond, quick dance move. Kenaway off board. Vitale finishes the job. (5-2). Utica City beginning to run away. Domenico Vitale. That's his first goal of the season.
And it was a fantastic worked goal, which saw Ubi Paripovic play it into Ben Raymond. Ben Raymond found the diagonal pass into the corner, into Kenaway, who knew exactly what he was doing, playing it off the boards. And Vitale was there just to knock it in and make sure. Great finish, great well-worked team goal. And now Utica have that 3-goal cushion that they were unable to create in the first half, and it comes at a crucial time.
Danger, a dive from Coughlin. It didn't get to him. A fantastic looking goal from Domenico Vitale, from a guy who specializes in fantastic looking people. He's the owner of Giovanni's Tuxedos in East Syracuse. But now he has a goal to his name on the MASL season in 2018-19. 2.5 to play in the third period, a 3-goal lead for UCFC. Top of the box restart, hard shot, and a nice save by Andrew Coughlin.
Yeah, great reactions from Coughlin, and another chance for Utica to push forward here.
Bordeaux can run, this time it's to Lucio. Schindler has it midfield. He's got the types of tree trunks for legs that it makes you feel like he can put it home from the UCFC logo at midfield. Bo Yelovitz has that kind of strength too. He's along the near corners getting pushed around. And Ubi Paripovic pulls it back out. Middle of the field, Daru with $1:47 to play in the third period. 9-8 in the shots on goal department. UCFC leads Harrisburg. So that's a 1-shot discrepancy, a 3-goal discrepancy. Schindler loses it. Carvalho can run. Can Carvalho win it? He's trapped by 3. To the middle. A push from behind. A foul called on Callahan. And a power play coming. That was a hard push from Callahan. I don't know if he was going for the ball or going for, well, the person in the middle of the field. That time it was Hundelt going at it. He had a free shot at Andrew Coughlin.
Yeah, we all started Yelovats looking to play in Ubi Parapovic, but as this ball ricochets in, I think from the angle of where the referee was, it was a difficult one to call. My instincts told me there wasn't much in it, but anytime there's a rebound on the edge of the box and it looks close, you kind of feel the decision will go with the team that's on the attack. But now Utica are going to have to work extremely hard for 2 minutes, keeping Harrisburg out and keeping the 3-goal cushion.
Callahan not too happy. He got a yellow after that blue. So now Callahan's got to be careful, not just now, but in the next fixture. After this, well, they've spent 5 of their last 6 games at home. Their only road game was at Mississauga on Friday. Then they hit the road for 3 straight. They're not back here for 14 days. Next time they're here, it's on January 27th against Orlando. They host the Seawolves, so they will see former Heat Thiago Freitas. They're at St. Louis, at Kansas City, at Harrisburg. And, of course, you can catch all of it on MASL.tv. Minute 22 to play in the third period. 2 minutes on the board for the penalty kill unit. And we've got 5 on the field right now for Utica City. It'll be interesting to see who comes off.
Yeah, and you saw there Harrisburg coach Pat Healy just willing his side to get going. And what we've got here is a opportunity for Harrisburg really to get back in the game from this penalty. And it'll be Santana who's got the responsibility of going 1v1 with Coughlin.
Nelson Santana, who is a bit of the villain. Everybody's set to take off from midfield when the whistle blows. Coughlin and Santana, mano-y-mano. Santana, can he get it to go? Dekes him out. Raymond there on the corral. He waited and he got burned at Nelson Santana. Coughlin posed a bit of a threat and Utica City beat him to the ball. Now the penalty kill starts. 18 seconds gone on it. Under a minute to go. This penalty kill, if it comes to fruition for Utica City, will take us into the fourth period of play. 5-2 UCFC on top of Harrisburg. The Heat on the power play looking to make it 2. 44 seconds to go on the clock now.
Coughlin did well standing up as Santana was driving forward. He looked to try and use a bit of disguise to get him going down. But again, Coughlin was equal to it, kept his eye on it, and Santana ended up trying to go around him, making a meal of it, and to the delight of this crowd who was booing him as he prepared to go, they were making a lot of noise as they saw the danger was swept aside.
He trapped it, he held, he tossed it deep, and it got back to Perella. He rolled it out, Carvalho, and Harrisburg attacks again. Meller with the left, and he finds the back of the net. Make it a 2-goal lead now. Petrera jogs out of the penalty box. Callahan going to stay in, but the penalty kill over. Proved unsuccessful. Utica City came in killing 67% of opponent power plays. That time, that percentage is going to drop. With 5 seconds to go in the third period, Harrisburg gets on the board thanks to the foot of Meller.
Yeah, as we saw, it just set up so nicely for him. At first, you felt maybe he's going to go in and attack it with his head, but it was just so inviting, and whenever the ball's just dropping for you there from a couple of yards out from goal, if you hit the target with any kind of power, it usually ends up in the back of the net. Coughlin was close to it, but it certainly is game on now with the Heat coming back into this one.
45 down, 15 to go. 3 minutes before that final 15 frame gets going. Jack McMullen, Richard Shaw here with you. It's 5-3. UCFC on top of Harrisburg. The shots on goal department dead even at 9. Harrisburg is a new team in the second and third quarter.
It's certainly been an entertaining game. We've seen 3 quarters of good play from both teams going forward. Always looking to try and penetrate and create opportunities. But defensively, I think Harrisburg have stepped up and certainly made it more difficult in terms of finding those open shots. But Utica, in contrast to that, have knocked the ball around. And when they had the power play, as we said, they made good use of it with only 11 seconds needed for them to get that goal. But going into the final quarter here, it's still wide open, and both coaches will be getting their team absolutely ready for what will be an outstanding battle to try and win this game.
Just a reminder, it's Captain Bo's Kids Day. We got a t-shirt toss going on right now in the Adirondack Bank Center. And we've got a good game here right now. We're about 90 seconds out of the final 15. Probably the key player for Harrisburg so far today has been Nelson Santana. He's been, for basketball fans, and I know Otto the Orange is here, so if you are an SU basketball fan, first of all, I'm sorry, because it was a hard loss yesterday against Georgia Tech. And secondly, Santana has been sort of the point guard. He's just been setting a lot of stuff up from the top of the box, and that has proved well for Harrisburg. I know they've only converted 3 times versus UCFC's 5, but this feels like a lot closer game than it really is.
Yeah, Santana's got tremendous experience in this league. He's played for numerous years. And one thing that we know about him is that he finds those opportunities to get his teammates in. Again, he'll strike the ball from distance. He'll be disappointed that time with the play that he decided to make when he's 1v1 with Coughlin from the penalty, and fortunately for him, they were able to score the goal anyway from the power play situation. But now with 2 goals in it, which has kind of been the nature of the whole game, if you like, with Utica just keeping their noses in front enough, you kind of feel that the next goal, especially as we often say, is going to be huge in terms of what will happen in these closing 15 minutes.
Joey Tavernisi got in pretty hot, but it was saved by Perella as we start the fourth period of action. 10 seconds gone now, a little bit of early action as the ball caroms in just over the 72 Tavern and Grill sign on the board, so into the Corona Premier Beer Garden. Perella got pause. Coughlin ready to go. He's back down by Ricardo Carvalho. Jake Schindler. There's a battle going on at the pipes as it's shot right in there. But Ben Raymond controlling the pacing. Nate Bordeaux has it with the ball at his feet. Raymond with the left foot. Stops on a dime. Played far for Bordeaux. Maybe a little bit too far. The number 4s go at it on the near side to Prima Bordeaux. Schindler wins it back. Raymond controls it. Played back too far for Tavernese.
Great play from Ben Raymond to get the ball back for his team, working exceptionally hard as he's always done week in, week out here.
Yelovitz has it backing down. He has not registered a shot yet in this game. Gonzaga has, and it's just high. That bounced off of Perella as well as a Harrisburg defender. That time it was Ricardo Carvalho. And that was a very good opportunity. Harrisburg has an opportunity now, but calm defense from Utica City, a deflection from Daru, and a chest trap from Yelovitz. Middle of the field, Stephen Daru. And Villela went toppling over him.
Yeah, Villela just trying to get the ball back for his side. He knows that time's ticking away here. But in regard to the shot from Gonzaga, Carvalho getting a very important touch, which then is needed to be stopped by Perella, who's done some wonderful things in this game.
Daru quarterbacking from the backfield. Meller is on him. Tom Meller, a goal scorer. With the chest from Ubi Paripovic, and now he takes it into the attacking third, only for a quick second before it's intercepted by Santana. Meller falls to the turf. He gets up quickly. But Ubi Paripovic with a nice foot skills. Back to Domenico Vitale, one of the goal scorers. 12:55 to play in the game.
Yeah, Vitale showing great composure there.
Kenaway with the nifty moves. Where is the ball, you ask? I don't think anybody but him has an idea. 12:45. Darren Toby has it top. Ubi Paripovic and Tavernese along the near side. Tavernese resting his right arm on the boards. And they're toying with him. It's like a hypnotic clock waving back and forth, just trying to lull Harrisburg into a slumber so Utica City can play boogeyman. 12:15 to go in the game now. 2-goal advantage for City.
Yeah, at some point Harrisburg going to have to start going after this ball. UCFC more than happy just to knock it around here and just kill time.
Gonzaga back to Jake Schindler, getting a lot of run right now after missing several games. A couple of guys out right now, Mauricio Salas, Andre Brathwaite. A couple of guys that were questionable. Lucio Gonzaga with that hamstring problem. He has a goal today. Stephen Daru, a groin problem. He's played an integral role in the defense. Ricardo Carvalho wins it, now up. And a save made by Coughlin with the feet. Left-footed strike, way too high. That was a mulligan.
Great play from Coughlin. Tremendous defending from him. A tackle worthy of any defender on this team in terms of level.
11.5 to play. Ben Raymond has it. The clock is still stopped. The referee's going over something along the near side.
Referees just having a little discussion, I think. Maybe just making sure the time's right, making sure that everything's in order. But just back to what we've seen there from UCFC in these opening few minutes of this final quarter with just over 11 minutes on the clock. It certainly is interesting in terms of the balance of when to go forward, when to try and get in behind Harrisburg in search of another goal. Because at the end of the day, if UCFC are afforded enough time just to have the ball, even if it's in their own half, Coughlin stepping up, then they should just maximize that time. And not only that, start pulling Harrisburg players out of position because they have to go after it. And then when they do, now get at them, now try and get behind them. But certainly there's no rush for UCFC right now to try and create anything. Just keep the ball, keep possession, let it play out, and then again, when Harrisburg commit players, then look to try and get in behind them.
Callahan back to the penalty box. We're not sure why. We talk about Andrew Coughlin. He definitely gets a thumbs up. Coughlin stands 6 feet tall. That's 72 inches. Definitely tall enough to ride any roller coaster in the country, but not necessarily tall by goalkeeper standards. In the MASL, he's playing like he's a million inches tall right now, though. He's got a confidence that makes him grow.
He's truly been wonderful for UCFC this season. But the thing I've been impressed the most by, to be honest, is his attitude and application. Always very positive, always working hard, and always motivating his teammates and inspiring them to play well, and when they come here, give it everything they've got to try and get the win.
Richard, when you're around Andrew Coughlin during the week, not necessarily game days, what's his temperature? What's his manner?
Well, he's very hard-working. He's always wanting to improve. You know, just speaking to the coaching staff here at Utica, and what he brings to the table in terms of mentality.
Kenaway hard left out. Daru chips it on. He can't get it to go. He's down, and he's hopping off. His left foot a little bit ginger. Could see if that's a groin problem. Patrick Thompson plays it out. Ty Hall.
Yeah, great response from Daru. But Coughlin has certainly led the way here, and is certainly a player that takes that leadership role seriously.
Santana hard high. Wow, that was a nice shot from Nelson Santana deep. We knew it was coming. We just didn't know when, and it hadn't come until just now. In his penalty kick attempt, he came forward, and he just wasted a little bit too much time, and that attempt was squandered there. He just let it fly from outside of their attacking third. Tavernisi gets body on it. Kenaway gets foot on it. And it zooms back into the back half of the neutral zone. Utica City's attacking half.
Yeah, and when you're in that situation one-on-one with the goalkeeper, it is sometimes tempting just to try and wait till the keeper goes down.
Coughlin traps. Gonzaga has it, 9:48 to play in the game. Up to Bordeaux, he gets it off the boards to Tavernisi. He can't get it to go. That looked very similar to the game winner at Mississauga on Friday. Tavernisi was the netter. He was the hero. He got it off of Daru Karam off the boards. An open net, middle of the field, and that's what happened with Tavernisi right there. He just couldn't get a foot on it. Gonzaga on Perella. Could this be an attack? Bordeaux off post. He's looking for a blue card. He got one. That time it was on Nelson Santana. Goal scoring threat for UCFC coming.
It happened thick and fast. Gonzaga working very hard. The referee was right there, and you can see the reaction from players. That Nelson Santana's been accused of using his hand. It was hard to see even from the replay, obviously with the bodies flying in there. But this is a big decision, and one that could certainly see Utica City pushing on from and securing the victory here on a Sunday afternoon.
Santana talking a lot. Liam Callahan scurries out of the penalty box. He comes back to the bench with a rouse of applause from the UCFC faithful here at the Adirondack Bank Center. A whole bunch of dabs from the Friends. 9:11 to play in the game. And a penalty kick opportunity for Slavica Ubiparipovic. He'll strike it with the left against Matt Perella. Ubiparipovic, the lone 10-goal scorer on this team. Can he make it 6-3? Slav finds it in the right. City doubles up Harrisburg.
From the moment he stepped up, I never had a doubt he was going to strike it. Put his foot right through it into the top corner. Goalkeeper, no chance. And we said it was probably going to be a crucial moment in the game, and giving them a 3-goal cushion with just over 9 minutes left. You find that surely this will be enough for Utica to get the win today.
Nelson Santana out of the penalty box. He's doing a lot of talking with Darren Toby. But he comes back to the bench, and number 78 in white standing there thinking about what he's done and thinking about how he just gave Utica City a 6-3 lead over Harrisburg with 9 minutes to play in the game. A little bit of the board tearing off. Andrew Coughlin able to get it. He sticks it back up. Or maybe an adhesive on the back of that first source ad. 8:50, Patrick Thompson giving a run at Coughlin. Toby swings it to the near side, Gonzaga. Vertical they work now to the captain, Bo Yelovitz. He's had a quiet day. He's going to be pretty loud in the postgame, though. It's Bo's Kids Day. A team signing session after the game on the field. A whole bunch of little feet get to grace the blue turf.
Yeah, good opportunity for the youngsters to really enjoy things here at the Adirondack Bank Center. Coughlin making good decisions all day in terms of his distribution. Schindler's been very effective, looking to make forward runs when he does play forward. But just all in all, it's been an excellent performance from Utica and Harrisburg. They've certainly made a great contest of it right up until you kind of feel this final quarter where it's starting to get away from them. It's not over by any means or any stretch of the imagination, but you just feel that Utica are going to push on from this now.
Slav across field to Bo. Perella picks it up with the right and holds it in his left. Perella looking for something. He's running out of time, and he rolled it out to Leo Duarte. 7.5 to play now. Halfway home in the fourth period. A 3-goal advantage for UCFC on top of Harrisburg. They lead this quarter 1-0.
Yeah, I'm sure it will only be a matter of time until Pat Healy decides to stick on the sixth attacker.
Kenaway tries to find Gonzaga with a run. Perella rolls it out. Are we going to get it? Eske on in replacement. He is not the sixth attacker. Still running with 5 position players is Harrisburg. The 5 on the field for Utica City: Bordeaux, Vitali, Raymond, Gonzaga, Tavernisi. Bordeaux has it a little bit too close to Andrew Coughlin's net. Did that kind of give you a grimace right there when you saw how close Bordeaux had it?
Well, I think, again, it's back to that clientele question. If you know you've got players like Bordeaux who are skilled into tight spaces, lots of confidence, I think he's comfortable. They believe in each other.
Not a good touch from Raymond. Coughlin got a paw on it, and he got it back in. That was a goal-saving save from Andrew Coughlin. Aren't they all goal-saving saves? That one just had a little bit more flair to it.
Yeah, I think Coughlin has been truly outstanding in this game from start to finish from many aspects of his performance.
Except that one, a tough touch off the boot of Andrew Coughlin. But he uses his hands. That's what he's supposed to do. Patrick Thompson plays it back. Nelson Santana, who was penalized but is now back on following a power play penalty kill goal from Slavica Ubiparipovic. Perella now ranging towards the near bench, which is Harrisburg's. And now Perella going to make a run with the ball on the far side. No, he's not. He's going to stay in net.
Yeah, it's always a difficult one when you're trying to get the sixth attacker on the field. But if you see from up here, Harrisburg shooting towards this goal to our left. So it's a longer run. It's a bigger distance for him to switch out, and that's something that's very important in the final quarter.
Escobar into Hundelt. He's already got a goal with his new team, the Harrisburg Heat. From Orlando, tried to play it into the near corner with Ty Hall. He meets Stephen DeRue there. DeRue had it won for a sec. Hundelt off the boards to the middle. Can it get it to Julian Escobar? Off left, no good. Escobar gets it back. Santana resets. DePrima runs on. Perella stays in goal. 4:49 to play in the game. Gonzaga got a foot on it. Eske along the far side of the middle. Off Coughlin. He got a foot on it. Deflected by Thompson. Eske. Coughlin. Nice save with his back. Eske spins it to the middle. Found no one. What a stout defensive play from Utica City. Now they reset.
Yeah, and they managed to get the sixth attacker on, which is going to be...
Header on from Thompson. They didn't need that sixth attacker. He did nothing, and Thompson makes it a 2-goal deficit for Harrisburg.
And Utica just got to make sure they're careful here. Harrisburg, we knew they were going to step it up. This time the ball falling very kindly, and the looping header giving both Coughlin and Vitelli no chance, who are on the line.
.4:17 to play in the fourth quarter now. UCFC 6, Harrisburg 4. The sixth attacker still dressed. Matt Perella wondering.
Yeah, Coach Hall here now, really trying to get on his players. He knows that that's let them back in. Harrisburg will be looking to bounce back and really push on with just over 4 minutes left in the game.
We've got our winner of the sign contest. How awesome is that sign? We talked about that in the first half, too. And now we've got our drawing winner contest for Captain Bo's Kids Day. Did you hear that, Richard Shaw? That young girl cut up her dog's toy to put Bo's hair on the top of that colored drawing. So we've got people that really want it, and we have two winners now. The winner of the sign contest is going to get a personal meet and greet with Bo after the game. And the best colored photo, with dog toy hair, wins a team-signed ball. Not too bad at gifts. 4:17 to play in the fourth period. Bo Yelovitz, who now has a drawing and a sign to his name, has it at midfield. Ready to kick it back to Darren Toby towards Andrew Coughlin's cage and get it going. Toby with the ball at his feet to Ubi Paripovic along the far side.
Utica now really got to just get a grip of these last 4 minutes, keep possession, not do anything silly, let Harrisburg come after it, pull them out of positions, and then maybe look to try and see the game off with a goal.
Coughlin feet up. Thompson, the goal scorer, did it with his head. Uses his feet to deflect the UCFC attack. They still hold a 2-goal advantage. Bo Yelovitz cannot really muster anything right now. Back to Perella. He's in between the posts. Santana plays it back to number 1 in yellow. Callahan, who was sidelined for a while with a yellow card. Ubi Paripovic off board. Tavernisi now running with a bit of steam. Tavernisi can't get it in. It's off net. That'll stay UCFC ball, deflected off Santana.
Yeah, great play again from Ubi Paripovic. Showing great composure, controlling the ball, using the boards to just play a nice, clever pass into the middle of the field. And then Tavernisi looking to just give it back to Ubi Paripovic on that far side.
Interesting development. They used a broom to get that ball out of the netting. Tavernisi to Ubi Paripovic to the middle. No one there in blue to get it, only white. And Ricardo Carvalho running up to Villela. Back Ty Hall. He'll turn on a dime, push it back to Perella. Perella sprints off and the sixth attacker on. They're working. Villela to Eske, off board, no good. And that's out, and a header. A header from the spectators. That garnered a round of applause.
Yeah, one of the best headers we've seen today, to be honest.
He only spilled a little bit of his beer. And I'm sure that's Utica Club. Jake Schindler plays it up. Callahan, one of the quicker members of this UCFC team, falls to the turf. Hundelt picked it up. And that ball went onto the walkway. Two and a half to play in the fourth quarter now. 6-4, UCFC on top of Harrisburg. We still have the sixth attacker on for Harrisburg. Pat Healy And his side going to call a timeout, talk things over possibly for the final time. Richard Shaw, if you're Pat Healy, insert yourself into this huddle. What are you saying to get this lead down to 1 for City?
Well, I'm saying let's just throw everything at it now. Use the 6 attacker very effectively. Let's try and get Utica camped in their own final third. Get half a yard, get your shot on goal, and make sure we're following in, because anything can happen. And I think in addition to those comments in regards to finding the next goal, I would also psychologically say, hey, the team we're playing right now, we're a goal down with 47 seconds to play on Friday night, and they found a way to win within 47 seconds. So I think they have to take something from that and say, if they can do it, then certainly we can.
Well, if you're looking for a sterling example, that is the one. A 5-4 win at Mississauga on Friday. With 47 seconds to go, it was Mississauga, the net one that put them up 4-3. And then with 39 seconds to go, it was Ubi Paripovic who found it from long range. 13 seconds ago, it was Joey Tavernisi off a deflection that gave him a 5-4 win. So they did it in 39 seconds. Who's to say that Harrisburg can't get 3 in 2 minutes and 33 seconds? In the far corner, a reset. Santana was going to try his luck, but it was stopped by Callahan. The extra attacker on. If UCFC gets foot on it, it gets possession, this could be ball game over. The 6th attacker has it now to the far side, Carvalho. Still playing it along the far. Santana to the near with Carvalho. .157 to play in the game now. Healy from his bench calling for his guys to get up. They're setting something up. They're running out of time. Minute 47 to go. Into the middle it goes. Can Darren Toby get foot on? That was a hard left-footed strike. No good from Meller. Carvalho sets up. Santana has it now. $1:29 to play. Minute 25 now. 6th attacker has it. Minute 19, UCFC up 2. Ty Hall along the near side, back to the middle of the field. Carvalho to the middle. Minute 5. Carvalho into the attacking third with Santana. Now middle, shot on, high right, Callahan picks it up. Waited too long, Hall. Now Raymond along the near side boards. He's spun off the ball. A whistle and possession to Utica City. Ty Hall not a happy camper with the call. Reset coming, Perella gonna stay on his bench. The 6th attacker, that's Danny DePrima. He's going to be the pseudo goalkeeper with 45 seconds to play. They're running out of time. Domenico Vitali sets it back up. Yelovitz has it back down. He still can't get anything to work. Villela up to Hall. Toby spins him down. A whistle, an achy knee for Ty Hall, and possession Harrisburg. 31.3, Darren Toby was aggressive. Nelson Santana and Darren Toby pushing. Not happy. Santana yelling at Darren Toby. You don't want to see anything come of this. Nelson Santana very angry and yelling at the referees. Our Richard Shaw down getting ready for his post-game interview with a guy who's been superb all day. Can he hold on to a 2-goal lead? It's Andrew Coughlin, the goalkeeper. Nelson Santana really not happy. And Ryan Hall going to go talk to his 5 on the field. Yelovitz going to trot off. Andrew Coughlin going to go meet the 5 for Utica City. The 5 on the field, Vitali, Roberts, Schindler, Toby, Bordeaux. First team all defense. 31.3 to go in the game. UCFC a 2-goal lead. Is it insurmountable? We saw UCFC put 2 on the board with 8 more seconds. Technically, it was a 26-second span, so they've got time. Or is the team that sits on top of the Eastern Division going to get it done? 4-1 at home. Can they move to 5-1 in the new home of UCFC, the Adirondack Bank Center? Santana on the restart. He'll push it forward. They need to score ASAP. Bordeaux guarding about 5 yards out of the ball. Santana run up 31.3. Clock starts now. Along the glass to the middle. Vitale back to Coughlin. Coughlin heaves it to the heavens. Will it get back there? The sixth man, DePrima, on in relief. He plays it forward. They only have 15 to go now. Coughlin picks it up again. Coughlin heaves. Is it too hard for DePrima to get to? No. DePrima along the boards into the attacking third. That'll go to the front. And now a top of the box restart coming for UCFC with 6.2 on the clock. This game is over. Tavernisi has a top of the box restart. The 5 on the field now, the lone attacker Tavernisi, and then Schindler, Vitale, Bordeaux, Roberts. Perella back in the cage. It doesn't matter. 6.2, 6-4, UCFC on top of Harrisburg. After a stunning win over Mississauga on Friday, came back from a 1-goal deficit with 39 seconds to play. They won it 5-4 in regulation. The Utica faithful with a round of applause. This is joyous. Tavernisi back to Schindler, and they'll let the clock run out. Home sweet home. Make it a streak 2 in a row for UCFC. They win it here at home, 6-4 over Harrisburg. They'll hit the road for a 3-game road stretch at St. Louis, at Kansas City, and then at the Heat's place in Harrisburg, SECU Arena. Andrew Coughlin, a shining star today. Mo Kenaway, a shining star today. And Richard Shaw is going to talk to the goalkeeper for UCFC.
Final score, Utica City FC 6, Harrisburg Heat 4. Right now, Richard Shaw is on the field with our post-game interview. Richard.
Thank you, guys. Andrew, talk to me about that game. Tell me what you felt was so good in terms of bouncing back against the Wave to back-to-back victories.
I mean, we got our regular personnel back, which was good. You know, I think we can still clean up a few things, but the quality on this team and the effort I think the guys showed, that's what prevailed today, and I think that's what helped us out in this win.
Moving forward, what do you think you can take out of today in obviously keeping the record going here at home and obviously the performances that we've seen?
Listen, today was a tough one. We had to grind this one out. Harrisburg came to play, credit to them. But, you know, I think with that effort and these guys behind us, can't lose. Can't lose in this building. So, you know, we're going to keep going for these guys, and this is why we do it, for everybody in the stands. So,
finally, how badly do you want to score from one of those throw-ins?
It'd be nice, but I'm just trying to waste time. That's it.
Thank you, Andrew. Good luck. Thank you.
They can't lose in this building. You heard the goalkeeper, Andrew Coughlin, say it himself. They are now 5-1 at home. Their only loss coming to the best team in the league, the Milwaukee Wave. This time they beat Harrisburg 6-4. Next time they're at home, you see it right now, January 27th against Orlando. That game's at 2 o'clock. They hit the road for 3. You can see all of them on MASL.tv. So for Richard Shaw and the rest of the Utica City FC crew, I'm Jack McMullen. 6-4, UCFC on top of Harrisburg. We'll talk to you soon.
Swerving in my low, head on a swivel, you know, serving me. No, clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Kelly, back it up, my call me loco. Down for armed trafficking, don't make me pull up. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money, better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler hood life. We all strapping all black, it's like night. You riding or what? Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't riding.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Heat in the kitchen, pot on the stove, water getting boiled. Being sold, Snoopy in the hookie, system overload. I've been running this rap game since I was 20. I hung with the worst of them, bust till I burst them up, floss them up, toss them up, harder way, close them up.